With just days left until the veto deadline, Texas Governor Greg Abbott isn't saying where he stands on a bill to ban THC.
Senate Bill 3 would outlaw all consumable hemp-derived products containing THC, which is the cannabis compound that gets you high. As the multi-billion-dollar legal hemp industry pushes for a veto, others, including law enforcement, want the governor to sign it.
KVUE's Daniel Perot is here in the studio. And Daniel, you have some new polling data that's out. It shows bipartisan opposition to banning THC in Texas.
That's right, Ashley and Quita. The polling was done at the end of last month by Fabrizio and Lee, who was President Donald Trump's campaign pollsters. They found 61% of people surveyed say that they don't think the governor should sign Senate Bill 3. That includes 44% of Republicans, 66% of independents, and 80% of Democrats. When asked which of these statements about hemp-based products best represents your opinion, 70% of Texas voters who took the poll said they would rather THC products stay legal, but with strict regulations such as age verification and restrictions and warning labels, compared to 16% who want an outright ban. Narrowing the results down by political party, 59% of Republicans support keeping hemp legal over the outright ban. Senate Bill 3 would only allow sales of CBD and CBG. Those are cannabis compounds which don't get you high. Rice University political science professor Mark Jones says the governor's between a rock and a hard place here. He can back Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who's led the push for the ban, or veto the bill, like veterans groups, small business owners, and farmers want him to do. Governor Abbott could also just let the bill become law without signing it. If he does that, Jones says that he will still be taking a stance.
He would be sending a signal that while he doesn't object to the legislation enough to veto it, he also doesn't strongly support it. So that would be a signal. At least it would be something for those groups that want to see these the bill vetoed.
On social media this morning, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick pushed back on what he called phony polls being pushed by the THC industry, saying that they have no credibility and the questions were written in a slanted way. He pointed to data from pollster Mike Basilis, who showed support for the ban, but a March poll by that same group found that 600 likely voters, 68% supported keeping THC legal with strict regulation like age restrictions and warning labels. During a signing ceremony for a property tax bill on Monday, Governor Abbott said that he has thousands of bills to review and had not yet gotten to Senate Bill 3. Ashley?
All right, Daniel, so let's talk about what happens from here, right?
Ashley, the governor has until Sunday night to make up his mind. If he doesn't take any action, the measure will become law by default without a signature. Now, if he does veto the bill, Jones says the governor will be under a lot of pressure to call a special session. So lawmakers could look at adding stricter regulations as opposed to an outright ban.
All right, we'll be watching to see what he does. Daniel, thank you.